Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we have a custom Obi Wan Kenobi. Now, if you've been here a while, you will realize that this is the third time I've done a lot of custom Obi Wan Kenobis. This is the third time I've done a Revenge of the Sith Obi Wan Kenobi, because I'm just never happy with the ones that Hasbro makes or the ones that I make. I feel like I finally found one that I'm happy with, and surprisingly, it's the least accurate one of the bunch. If you want to go watch the other ones, you can go ahead and do that. They don't look that great, I'm gonna be honest. This one is probably the best, so I would recommend not going to watch the other ones, I guess. Even though I know they still get views, I see the analytics. Anyway, we are going to get into this right now. So, First thing out of the way, I'm going to tell you how I made it. Now, lucky viewers can spot that this head is the Hasbro head of the Clone Wars Obi-Wan, either one of them, it's the same head. This one is from the first one, the Tartakovsky Clone Wars head. And the body is, this Obi-Wan Kenobi from the final scene in his own show. And you can see a couple key differences that I've done here. For one, the boots. I guess it's kind of hard to see on camera, but I painted this with a lighter brown to match his appearance in the show. I did not do any external sculpting at all. Also, the pants underneath also got a darker tan, along with his entire robe getting a darker tan wash. And I swapped out the hands, because this Obi-Wan Kenobi has not just painted black hands, but his gloves are actually sculpted on, so good job Hasbro there. Yeah, and I've also swapped out his lightsaber, because this lightsaber is black, and it's been a while since I've seen the show. Did his lightsaber turn black? I don't know why his lightsaber's black. So I swapped out his lightsaber. I think that's the original one. Actually, I know it's the original one because I swapped it out with this guy, who you will see in a second, compared to him. So yeah, so just naming out. I also think I did a lighter brown for the undershirt, but that's really hard to tell. So I guess we'll just get comparisons out of the way since we're here. This is the body that I and a lot of other people have used in the past. I think I said in the video when I did this that it would be easier to use it episode 1 Obi-Wan, but those are expensive and I wasn't going to buy one, even though I think this one's expensive now too. If you look at the underneath, a lot of it's going to be a lot more accurate to the prequels. I do have a custom robe on this one that is very dusty. I did not realize that until I got it on camera. So everyone shut the fuck up about it, okay? But we'll just, it's kind of, I'm just gonna take it off. Okay. So as you can see, the padding and everything on him is a lot less bulky. It's very accurate to, well, Attack of the Clones, but it's not accurate to Revenge of the Sith. Even though I think it's a great sculpt and a great base, I mean, I used it myself for Revenge of the Sith. I just don't think it accurately encapsulates what his robe really looked like. And speaking of not accurately encapsulating, we got this guy. And this is the official Revenge of the Sith Obi Wan Kenobi. And this figure, it looks alright, it looks good enough, but it's a shit figure, let's be honest. The articulation's awful, it looks awful. I mean, the legs, they're so thin and spindly. The robes, they look like, I don't know, like a cat threw up on them and scraped it. I don't know. It's not a very good figure, and I much prefer the sculpted tunic rather than the cloth one, especially since it bunches up in the back like he's got a bad wedgie. So I overall prefer the sculpt of this one. The belt, however, is more accurate on this one. And I thought about buying another one just to swap out the belts, and then I thought, well, that's a waste of money, but also you can't do that. So if you wanted to do that yourself, I'm not going to recommend that, because this torso is sculpted so this can go underneath. This one's sculpted so it goes above. So it's not going to work out. I mean, you could do some modifications if you want. This is a bit of a rubbery overlay. Might be able to get it to work, but I think your best bet is just dealing with the inaccuracies of the belt, because it's very minimal, except for the belt buckle making him look like a cowboy. But overall, I think it's fine as long as you can look over everything else. You know, it's not gonna be the most accurate. Hell, you could sculpt over it. I would urge you to sculpt over it. But I'm not going to do that, because I like the way this looks. And this, if you didn't watch the collection tour, go ahead, is my main Obi Wan Kenobi on display. On display next to my custom Anakin Skywalker I did. Just pairing these two up right next to each other. This looks good to me. This looks perfect. I love the height difference they got. I love the colors of the tunics. I love the kind of bulkiness. In my head, their tunics, which obviously it translates into the figures now, come down and over their shoulders rather than, you know, ending at their shoulders like this one does. Even though, again, this is perfectly fine. I mean, it's not perfectly fine if you want a good figure, but if you just want to display Obi-Wan Kenobi, I mean, the head is a little fucky, but I think it's a good enough likeness. I think people shit on this likeness a little too much. It's really shiny. I do not dual spray any of my figures, but I could definitely see E1 in there. Not as much as this one, though. Another thing to note is this figure, just to get this head, would probably cost you a lot. So I would just, I don't really have a recommendation there. If you want to paint your own, you think you're good enough, there you go. If you already have Clone Wars Obi Wan Kenobi, even better. You just swap the heads, there you go. So yeah, that's pretty much it for comparisons there. We could move on into articulation. I'm sure you guys have already seen and know what the articulation on these figures are, because you probably have this one if you're a Black Series customizer. So 90-degree bend, you know, goes up, down, whatever the fuck you want to do with it. Sometimes it gets like lodged and stuck, which I find really weird. I don't see a lot of people running into that issue. I always have on all of these tunic sculpts. So ball joint at the middle, his head kept all the range of motion still. I did have to, I think this is dremelled out. I had to Dremel it out a lot. Oh no, okay. I Dremeled it out before, and for another custom that this was on a Mandalorian body, and now it has sticky tack in it. So I don't know if the base, you can't even see, if the base head can fit on this peg, or if it's already too big, but just using sticky tack works really wonders. And you can get a lot more motion with sticky tack, because it, you know, it can pop out of the joint, not really pop, but coming out of the joint to give you more range of movement. It's just a better way. And the hands that I used have hinges that go in and out on both sides. I believe these are the same hands on this figure. They are. Okay, so there you go, there. With this, considering this is not cloth, you are going to have a struggle to get him kicking up, to kick Anakin in the head. The knee is a little stiff right there. There you go. Bring that puppy back down. Ooh. Then you go. The leg, or foot, I guess you could call it, comes all the way back, all the way front. You know how it goes. So that is the Obi-Wan Kenobi right there. The custom Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think it's pretty damn good, guys. I think this is a pretty easy one, as long as you already have the head. A really easy one to do. just a Walmart exclusive Obi Wan Kenobi body, and with repainted parts and swapped out hands. You don't have to swap out the lightsaber. I did because why is it black? I just, why is it black? I do not know. Yeah, so that's going to be just about it. Let me know how you feel about this in the comments down below. If you want to, go ahead and like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I'm really trying to get a better setup for reviewing figures. I'm really trying. Doing a lot of research, a lot of budgeting, because obviously I want to buy the most expensive shit for something that doesn't really need the most expensive shit. Obviously I'm doing it like this. But yeah, that's about it. So see you in the next video. The next video is going to be very, very cool to me. It's going to be a very big step in a different direction for this channel, which is going to be wild, because this is going to be a property I've never done a video on before, which I did once with DC Multiverse, and it actually worked out pretty well. That video did pretty well. I don't think I've done a Marvel. I don't think I've done a Marvel video. That is strange, especially considering I have the Galactus box as my background right now. Maybe I do a Marvel custom. I honestly have no fucking idea. I also did the Mario. I forgot. Mario, while I was living in Florida, I did a Mario video, which is somehow, I need to talk about this. The video ended if you're here for Obi Wan Kenobi, guys, but I just need to get my thoughts out on this. Down while I was living in Florida for 3 fucking months, I bought the new Mario movie figures, because, you know, I'm a fan of Mario. I played the games as kids. You know, I wanted to, you know, have the, you know, main Mario cast on my shelf. Mario, Luigi, Bowser. So I did that, and I did a video on the Mario figures. I think I had Mario, Luigi. I got those two first. I think I did another video I did a short on Bowser, I know for sure. Don't know if I didn't do a video on him. I just did the short. So Mario and Luigi are the only 2 figures in that video, and it was just a review of those 2 figures, and that has somehow skyrocketed. And I want to remind you, this is a video I put out after a month of not posting, and followed up by another 2 months of not posting, and I put this video up and it just fucking skyrocketed to the top of my channel. It is my 2nd most viewed video right now, and I have no idea why. This was just a shits and giggles video that I did. Like, I did not think, my videos are Star Wars content. Not for a second did I think that the algorithm would look at that and look at the Mario figures that I didn't even make, and then go, you know what people are really clamoring for? You know what they really want? They really want fucking more Mario. they want Mario. They don't care about Star Wars. They don't care about none of that. You know what the public, the masses, you know what they really want is Mario. And that baffles me. It kind of pisses me off a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. This is the whole Bad Batch Echo custom shit all over again. Like, for those of you who don't know, you can go follow up on that saga of fucking Bad Batch Echo. And it just makes me so incredibly mad. And that video is almost going to surpass my #1 video, which is this guy right here, which is my custom Black Series Anakin. Sorry about that, rant's over. Anyway, have a good day. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.